Good evening and welcome to BSTV. You are lucky enough to have joined us for our GT4 TCR challenge. This is season 5, that was right, round 6, and we are at Mosport. Sorry, I'm just reading what Sam has written on the commentary team. There is no Clyde tonight. I can hear the cheers from here. That's fine, and you've got your favourite lead commentator tonight. That's me, Pete Bingham. In the booth with me is the effervescent Stacey Jeffries. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. Nice to have you here tonight.
Always. At some point, we hope to have the barbecue himself, Bill Switzer, but he's not showed up just yet. Maybe he's got his timing wrong or something like that. Hope he's all right. And then apparently I'm Pete crashing Bingham, but not today. So thanks for that, Sam. Speaking of which, good evening, Sam.
Good evening, Pete. My pleasure. Good evening, Stacey and everybody.
We have this race tonight is at Mosport. It's a track I love. It's the Canadian Canadian Times Motorsport Park. It is a fantastic track. It's not a massive track, but it's technically quite challenging. It is Tony Kloosterman's mecca. I think he lives here. I think he's like gouged himself out of bed out of just the grass and wants to live here. He drives an RV8 League. It's definitely one of his favourite tracks. But we've got 19 races, or we did the last time I checked on our timing software. Oh, we've got more than that now. We've got a nice round 20, 10 in each class. It's going to be a good night tonight, isn't it, Stacey?
It sure is a good night, Pete. I'm gonna talk for Stacey then.
Your testicles appear to have dropped.
Yeah, sure.
Oh dear. What? Good that Stacey's paying attention though. While I'm on it, good evening, barbecue. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? How come we're talking about testicles here?
It's an old story. I'll fill you in on the details later. CTMP is Mosport rather is a exciting track. We have found in our practice sessions that it's incredibly hard to overtake. There's really only one place, and it's where Chris Jackson and Tony Kloosterman in the V8s do all of their overtaking, and it's here at White's Corner, which is the one that Gary's busy trying to crawl his way around at the moment. I'm going to go on to slave cam so that I'm talking about what you're seeing. So this is White's Corner now, which is where Carl Hardy's turning into. It's the only real overtaking opportunity that we've found, unless you force someone into a mistake, which is very easy around here. But as I said before, Stacey, as long as you're still there, it's going to be a great race tonight, isn't it?
It's going to be an awesome race. Just got you not here doing the actual racing, but yeah, it's good to have you in the commentary so we can have a bit of a giggle. What I want to know is who are you picking on tonight?
Who am I picking on? Oh wow!
Yeah.
Right, so he's won pretty much all of his officials, which, as we know, they're not a real defining factor of how good somebody is. Because he rarely wins in our leagues, and that is wobbly kneecaps. We've got to see if he can muster up the capability to beat everybody around this track tonight. Because to me, he's a bit of a disappointment when he gets into the real racing with these guys in this league. He can do all the officials and things like that. Yawn on the 30-minute races, dead short. But when it comes to an hour of grueling competitive racing with the likes of Simon and Tyler and Chris, etc., he just falls to pieces, don't you think?
Speaking of gonads.
Yeah. Wobbly kneecaps.
Exactly.
So, Bill, Mosport, it's a great track, isn't it? We've driven Mosport together in V8s.
Yeah, it's really an amazing track. The toughest part and the one you got to get right is Moss Corner. I'm sure you explained that already. And I'm sorry I'm late. I must have calculated the time wrong. But Moss Corner is the key right there. And I defy anybody to go through there the same twice. It's really a difficult corner to get right.
It is, and it's difficult and different in both of these cars. So, if we follow one of these fine chaps round a lap, we'll stay with Brian Talker, because he was really good in yesterday's officials, actually. So we'll follow him around here. This is the S's. This is towards the end of the lap. We're going to tuck it in the left here, get a load of curb. He's very careful through here. This is White's corner, where most of the overtaking will happen if there's an opportunity. He nearly ran out wide, but he's back on the gas now.
That's easy to do that, go off right there.
Yeah, totally. You get on the gas too soon. This is turn 1, forgotten what the corner's called. Should
Turn
know.
2.
Yeah. No, that was turn 1. This is turn 2, because this is Clayton, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And the real course now is all paved out in that grass part that you see to your right.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well. They need to name that corner after me. This is Quebec, and only because I'm parked there usually and walking away from my car at turn 2. This is turn 4, dives down the hill. Full gas, don't lift. No, Clayton's the one before it, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. This is Moss Corner. You've got to be very careful, otherwise
Oh,
that
here we go.
happens.
He's off. Yep, he's off. See,
Thanks
that's an easy thing to do.
Thanks for the literal demonstration. So we're on with Shane Powell now. Can Shane do it or not? Yep. Third gear through here. Took
Just
it really
barely.
close to the right-hand side. Yeah, just. And then get in the toe of a car in front, because this is an uphill straight. You don't get many of these in the world. This is a brutal, brutal straight. If you get out of Moss Corner badly, you are everybody's victim.
You can never catch up either.
No, you can't. They just keep going. It's so debilitating and so demoralising. Into the S's, hug the first bit, drift it out wide, hug the second bit, keep in low revs, don't gas it too much here because you'll wash out towards the pits, and then you're back at White's Corner again, which was a good lap in an Audi. Thank you, Shane. Did better than Brian. If we can...
Brian.
No, it's always going to be Brian.
Oh.
This should be a quick lap because this is Chris Shaw. He's had no practice, he claims, but he's the kid at school who did no revise and still gets A's.
I just hate those kind of people.
Oh, do you know what? Oh, flick him in the eyeballs. That's what I'd like to do. So, round Quebec Corner, that was very nicely done, well held. Back on the gas as soon as he can get here. Don't forget, we're driving from the other end of the car now, so this is going to be off the gas round here, turn 4. And then very carefully, really, through Moss Corner. You want a good drive out here, be on the gas early. Like that.
Nice.
That was lush, wasn't it, Bill?
Sure was.
And then, this Mario Andretti straight, which goes uphill for a million miles, never seems to run out. It's when you do it well, you think you haven't. When you do it badly, you know you haven't.
Get that right.
So up to the top here. Again, early apex at the first bit there. Wash it out. Come back for a second apex. Don't get on the gas too much. You want to go around this bit, this left-hander, slowly to get into White's properly, because you've got a straight following it. It's really critical, that.
Yeah, those S's, time and time again, I always try to go through there too fast, and it ends up screwing you up.
It does. It's dead easy to do as well. There's loads of corners on this track. Turn 2, usually there's a massive pile of cars there in officials on lap 1, because
Sure.
people go too hot into there. What did you think of those laps, Stacey?
That looks like a really cool track. Guys, what I want to know, whereabouts are we going to be seeing the guys like doing a bit of overtaking? Where's that prime spot?
Last corner at White's. Where these guys are now, where Tyler's piling into now, if you send it into Moss Corner, then one of two things is going to happen. One, neither of you are going to finish the race, or two, you're going to look like a hero, but probably not for very long because you'll go flying straight through and hit the wall. Sorry, Bill.
It's pretty easy to get a spot there because a lot of people make a mistake at Moss. So if you kind of cool your jets, you can get a few spots by proxy, so to speak.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, Stacey, you pick up most of your positions on this track from other people's mistakes.
Yep, for sure.
So put your car where they don't want you to, force them into a line that they don't want to be on, and let them crash themselves, really. And that is the tactic round here, honestly.
That sounds like a good one, so we're definitely going to see some fun tonight then, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to remind everybody that didn't already know that I won my official last night. So I'd have been all right on this track, I think. I'd have still been at the back with these guys because the TCR drivers that are in this league are very good. Brian Talker, even though he's only done one race before, was ultra quick last night in the officials. Stephen Walker won the top split, and Gary came second. Brian came third. So it was a good race by any standards, really.
I like the name of your split, the Lollapalooza or whatever you called it.
Yeah,
That was so funny.
I was in with the people who needed assistance getting out of chairs and things.
Chaka Khan or whatever you called it. I was.
God,
the tears were coming down my face.
I was very, very much in with the knackers and the other guys. Yeah, I wouldn't mind though by about 5 seconds. Yeah. There was actually one good guy in there called Luca. He came second. He kept good pressure on me for a while.
Not the criminal guy from.
What did you say, Stacey?
I said, how old was he? 12.
He may have even been 13.
Hey, those are the guys you got to look out for. Are you kidding?
I know, yeah, they're just annoying. When you think that you see some names from a few years, you think, oh, that guy must be like 40 or whatever. He's got 6K iRating, and you see a picture of him, and you're like, he's 10 years old. What's that?
Yeah. Right.
So anyway. We've not got long in this qualifying session. We're almost done with it. We're over time. We're just letting the last few drivers. I think actually Marco was the last driver. So soon we will go to official timing screens. Marco's just driven into his own pit wall. Nice move. That'll make not the top 10, I'm pretty sure. So
Marco decided he doesn't like driving these, but he came out tonight because he doesn't like TCRs. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's driving a GT4. Sorry.
So in 8 seconds we will have official standings. Do you want to run through some, Stacey?
Depends if my screen stays straight or not, because it keeps going fuzzy.
Oh no!
Well, do the best you can.
Yeah,
make up names like I do.
Do it. I'm going to do the GT4s once they show, if I can get on Sam's stream, because it's quicker. There we go. So, your pole man for GT4 will be Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Orange. Off second, you get a full lap here, by the way. It's an older track with no new updates. So we've got plenty of time to talk through these. He did his time in a 1:22.455, which, as I understand it, is pretty rapid. Wobbly can do it in the officials, but never in real leagues like this one. Came second for BSTV Esports Pink, not that far behind, so we could be in for a good race there. Rob then for BSTV Esports Orange, again, Tyler's teammate, is going to be starting third. Chris Shaw for BSTV Esports Pink, Wobbly's teammate, will be starting fourth. Simon Trendle for Team Chimera will go off fifth. Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports goes off 6th. 7th is Marco Lower for VTS Esports again. He will go off 7th. 8th will be Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. 9th will be Chris Needham for RWC Racing. And Jason Haddington, who came second in his official GT4 race last night, will go off 10th. And I think he's the last one in GT4. He is. So, can you see that to read it, Stacey?
We certainly can. So we've got Stephen Walker. Is it Spectre 6 Purple?
Yep.
That sounds kind of cool. Sam Blees, is that how you say his name?
Yep.
Alpine. I was trying to do better than you, Bill, but I'm not, am I?
That'll be easy. Just keep talking. You'll do fine.
Line starts Geo. What's that?
Geodesic.
That's the one. We've got Gary Craig, BSTV Esports Green. 4th, we've got my favourite, Cole Hardy, Safeguard by Result. 5th, we've got Ryan Walker, BSTV Esports Blue. 6th, we've got Shane Powell, Spectre 6 Silver. 7, obviously my favourite driver out there, obviously, Martin Brennan.
All right,
Safeguard
cool.
by Result. Matt Elmore is 8th for Spectre 6 Silver. 9, we've got Russell Cow, with Spectre 6 purple. 10th, we've got David Ayres, with Result Clothing, iRacing there. And is that it?
That's it, yeah.
Awesome.
Well done. That was more professional than Clyde's managed in the last 3 years. So we make our way around here. The TCRs, rather, will give a mega amount of room, I think, to these GT4s. Crashes around here precipitate other crashes very quickly. So they'll want to give as much room as possible. BSTV have provided quite a strong representation in GT4 for sure, seeing as all 4 of their cars are at the front of the field. Any comments on that, Bill?
Tyler looks like Darth Vader sitting there like that. Jesus. Any comment? Well, yeah, of course. This is an easy track to get caught up in somebody else's mess, and you know, I think another reason the TCRs don't want to embarrass the GT4, so they kind of hang back to look, you know.
This is true.
Not
yeah.
quite as fast, yeah. So.
Yeah. It has to be said, the GT4 around here is a bit of a handful. I did some practice laps before joining for commentary tonight, just to see what it was like. And it is a handful because rear-wheel drive, cold track, Mosport. It's a combination that you wince towards.
In the life of Brian Walker, it's good to see him back racing again. That's nice.
Yeah, he was rapid last night. I think he's going to be very competitive tonight. Porsche pace car disappears. There's going to be a pedal to the metal now. He's gone.
Green already.
Already a battle for 3rd place.
Boy, a lot of BSTV cars up there, 4 of them.
Yep, there are. And here we go with the TCRs. That's Gary Craig going 3 wide into turn 1.
Big sandwich there. Whoa.
Yeah, he's taken the a bit of a shoulder charge from Carl Hardy, who apologises. And that shuffled Gary back nearly into the back of the field. Well, he is in the back of the field. He's 7th now, I think. Chris Shaw has had to slot in behind Rob Venn. But other than a bit of door banging with my teammate, so Carl Hardy, you are now dead to me.
No more pies for you.
There's me silently falling.
Yeah.
Well, at least Gary's in a league in this race. He won't. His 5 in a row of not getting a what do you call it? A mark against them will hopefully continue.
Tyler, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was wild.
Keeping everybody on their toes.
Keeping me on the edge of my seat.
Gonna have to call Tyler wobbly. Whoa.
I know, that was a lot of rear end travel, wasn't it?
I bet that steering wheel was moving.
So now I need to make sure somehow that Rob Venn makes a pass on Wobbly. So if Wobbly does generally listen, so I'm going to say that there's something wrong with his wheel. He needs to have a look at that. Not sure he's got the capability tonight. It's not an official, so he's clearly not going to win it. So you better just give the positions back. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is Gary on Loverboy, I think.
Yeah, Martin. Yep, he thought better of it, really, but.
Yep, Ron Pursuit's going to have to give best, I think, at some point soon. And this is Simon Trendle. Further back than we're used to seeing him, to be perfectly honest. He's usually at the pointy end.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's going to try to stay there too long.
Yeah, completely out of position, definitely.
Yeah, that's Stefan in front of him. Oh, here we go. Ryan's getting tasty. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Marco Lewert.
Marco Lewert. That's at the beginning of the S's, or middle of the S's. So he's run wide here. He's lost his front end grip, I think. And it's... Oh, no, his back end's gone right out.
And he's yelling, Schweinhund!
Yeah. Bit of impact to the back of the car, but not much. So he should be okay.
That's not something I'd expect from him, really. Not that you know, like that.
No, cold tyres. Early on in the race, trying to keep pace with these really fast guys, I think.
Yeah, you know, Stacy, the adrenaline flows, and they start pulling away from you. You get nervous, start pushing on that go pedal harder, and
Yeah,
that's what happens.
One, even half a second too soon, Bill. It's. Oh, hang on. What's
Uh-oh.
that? Oh, Rob, you were my hope for taking out Wobbly.
Get back up there, Rob, now.
So guys, when you're saying that the tyres are cold and everyone else is pulling away, how are they pulling away on cold tyres?
Oh, dear. Oh, that's a bit of curb. Sorry, I'll answer you in a second. Does he hit the wall? Just.
Yeah, just a little whack to the side. Not too bad, I don't think.
Sorry, what was your question there, Stacey? Cold tyres?
She says, how come...
Yeah, go for it, Bill.
I was going to say, she said that because everybody's tire's cold, how come they have a problem and the guys in front of them don't?
Because the guys in front of them generally have either a bit of tow to help them pull away from each other, and are less eager on the gas. So usually when people are getting away, you want to get back to the tow again. So you get a bit greedy on the gas and just go a bit too soon. And that's enough usually. Here we go. Brian's taking... Oh, no, he's not. He's backed out of that. Didn't want to wash out, I think.
Well,
Meanwhile... Oh, sorry, go on back.
Before he watched Carl Hardy do his famous body slam on Gary Craig, so he decided to wait a little bit.
So Stefan has no longer got Simon Trendle behind him.
He's in a Chimera sandwich there, isn't he? Yep.
He is. We didn't see... Oh, here we go. So this is a slipstream overtake.
On the Merrick. Probably
sorry.
into the S's, I'll bet you, Pete.
He is,
Yep,
yeah.
Here he comes, yep, down through the inside.
You can send it through there, but on cold tyres, it's a bit of a gamble because if you wash out for about 3 miles and onto the grass.
Yeah, that's a real slick area right there. You got to hit that one just right.
Here we are, roaring up the hill. Ryan's going to lose out here because he's had a bad exit from Moss Corner, and is that...
Mr. Powell.
Yeah, Shane. Gary's struggling still with Loverboy.
Yeah, here you go, Gary. This corner right here. No. Helped a nice corner that time. That was good.
Give him a nudge, Gary. That will fill up the swear jar for Stacy.
Yeah. So, any favourites in this battle, Stacey? No. Okay.
Never mind. Okay.
I'm saying absolutely nothing.
So here we go. Jamie Wilson, who I'd consider out of position, trying to get a good launch out of Moss Corner. I think we're going to have to stay with this battle because this is by far the closest one that we've got going on at the moment.
I'll tell you, Gary's excellent in these cars. Martin's doing a great job holding them off, I have to say.
I'd agree with that, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, what was that?
Come into the trunk.
It was a nudge, but he's let him go.
Yeah, he did. Ugly in Moss Corner there.
Tell you
So
what.
I've missed it. Oh,
Sorry, go on, Stacey. No, go on.
I was going to say, I've missed a couple of these. So I can see that it looks like there's a few people missing, maybe, and a couple of newbies.
Yeah.
Well,
But I can't think who's missing. But I can see who's
Pete Bingham's not out there. I miss him out there.
No, and do you not think that my absence has allowed others to get better results? Particularly,
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Stephen Walkers and the Sam Bleezers of this world. You know, I've handed them a victory, really, haven't I?
That's right.
So, good evening to Alan Toon on the chat.
Sir Alan, oh, who's that?
He says, well done. Oh, hang on, that's Chris Needham.
Oh, my.
So, he's gone into Moss Corner. No, he hasn't. He hasn't even made it to Moss Corner.
Oh, he ducked off the outside
control.
there, yeah. It's all over.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh, ouch.
And expensive. He's going to have to pay somebody for whiplash. So, what we got going on here? Wobbly under pressure from Chris. Chris, if you're listening, I will send you £5 by digital transfer, whatever you call it.
Are you asking him to do a Hamilton?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying I'll give him £5. There are no absolute conditions. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Loverboy's gone.
Martin, goodness.
That wasn't a bad hit, though. I think his car will be fine. It's just his blushes.
Such an easy place to go off like that, though.
You're going to have to go and get his pacifier, because I think there might be tears. Oh, here we go. That's a good run. That is an excellent run. Shane Powell's got a proper launch up here now. Not able to do it there, though.
Oh, Carl, make your car wide.
Carl Hardy can hear the Jaws music just playing in the background. It's right on him now.
Well, one thing in Carl's favor, he won't be tempted by any pie stands because they don't have any in Canada or North America. I don't think. Wow.
That was a nudge and a half.
Good recovery. Woo.
From both of them, actually.
Yeah.
Shane's lost a bunch of positions there by getting out of their gas in order to ensure that Carl stayed on track.
Yeah, it looks like the life of Brian got by him, too.
He did, yeah.
Bring out your dead. No, that wasn't that. That's right.
Pete, Swaggy Shaggy, go team result.
I don't know. Swaggy, who are you? Tell us on the chat, please.
Well, good evening to you. You're definitely back in the right team for sure.
What? Who are you working for? BSTV broadcast.
Don't say too much, Pete. We need her.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
So a poll for the millions, and by millions I mean, well, it was 12, it's now 11 people watching. So who's your favourite lead commentator? Is it Clyde or is it me? There's only one right answer, but leave your answers in the chat. Thanks.
Leave it in code.
Oh, here we go. Wobbly's been listening.
Oh, I really hope he wins now, Pete.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Oh, this could be
Wait a minute.
tough.
I've got to go and get my popcorn.
Uh-oh.
Tyler's
gonna let him go.
What are you doing, Tyler, man?
Yeah.
That was your opportunity right there. You could have been Lewis Hamilton. Even the turn was in the right direction.
Looks like he's got his favorite cat t-shirt on, too, tonight.
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool. Now get after him. Honestly, it's not an official. You'll end up winning it or getting overtaken again. It's fine.
The individual comments of the broadcasters on BSTV is not the station's feelings.
Who's Charles K?
The Alan Toon's on the
chat
right
as well.
channel, right? He says, "Loving the impartial commentary." I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say the last bit because it refers to you, Stace. But there you go. Austin Walters is very much a Lewis Hamilton fan. Not. It says Lewis did nothing. I don't know what we're on about. Nope, neither do I. Wobbly's just said that I'm fat on the in-game chat. I'll remind everybody viewing what I reminded him of in the chat today. That I may be fat, but he is ugly, and I can go on a diet. Honestly, Wobbly, you don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight, mate. You just concentrate on finishing second, yeah? Good lad. Good lad.
Well, he's going to do everything to make you eat your words as well, Pete. You know, oh, this is brilliant.
I'm just waiting for him to overdrive his car enough to put it in the wall at Moss Corner.
Looks like Carl Hardy's kind of...
Hang on. Got something good going on here. Ooh, dear. Carl Hardy with Shane Powell on the outside. Outside. That was a good move. That was brilliant.
Carl, what are you doing?
He's going backwards right now.
Looks like he backed out of it, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Is that Gary? Yeah, Gary's back on the lead pack now, which is good. Matt Elmore's the car behind where we were looking just then, Carl Hardy's car. So Gary's got the tractor beam out there. This is looking tasty. Simon Trendle approaching the back of Chris Shaw. So Chris Shaw's dropped off the back of the front too quite quickly, hasn't he? I know he's not had much practice. He said that in the chat earlier. But that usually doesn't mean anything to Chris Shaw.
I gotta ask you an unrelated question. Over there in UK, do your trucks or your lorries have backup beepers on them?
Yes.
Oh, God. Just had a truck turn around outside my house. It drives me freaking nuts. I could get rid of it real easy with a pair of wire cutters, I'll tell you.
I didn't know you lived in a warehouse.
Nah, there's some stupid-ass truck turning around a driveway out here.
All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Shane on Brian.
On Ryan. Brian, life of Brian.
Round the outside. He's
Boy,
done that
I'll
twice
tell
to
you.
2 cars.
That's a tough place to hold on to, let me tell you.
Right, we need a name for Shane that's not Shane. It needs to be something about round the outside. That's impressive.
High side Shane.
High side Shane. That's brilliant. We're having it. So yeah, the idea on turn 2 here is that you double apex this turn. On the track map, it's down as 2A and 2B, or 2 and 2A, or something like that. Because you double apex that second turn. It is dramatic, and you do get so many people who just wash off with cold tyres, or where their tyres are melted, they just scoot straight off the track.
And once you get off, you're going to hit that wall. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
But now, in real life, they made it easier. It's all paved in over there now.
That seems weird to me, just because I've only ever known it as grass on that bit, if you know what I mean.
Well, it takes away the challenge a little bit.
Yeah. So this is quite a train now that's gathered together. 5 cars in TCR.
I don't think Ryan was happy about him going by him. He's pushing a little bit right now.
Yeah, pushing on this track is a recipe for utter disaster.
No kidding.
So, just to run through the standings, GT4s, your top 5 are Wobbly Knee Camp for a limited time only, because it's not unofficial. Tyler Newitt is in 2nd place currently, and trying to stay in his toe. Chris Shaw is in 3rd. With Simon Trendle in 4th, who you are watching currently, and Jamie Wilson is in 5th place. In TCR, it's a bit more cut and dry at the front. So Stephen Walker is literally all by himself. I'm not going to sing because I got some criticism last time I tried that. Sam Blees is in 2nd place, and there's you can see the gap. It's monstrous at the moment. 4 seconds now. And then Shane Powell is next in line. You're watching, actually. Brian Talker at the moment, who's right on his tail. And behind him is Carl Hardy, Matt Elmore, and Gary Craig. All trying to sort themselves out. Not that I'm at all biased, but Gary, my teammate, is going to finish ahead of all these guys.
Well, you still got about 40 minutes to go. You should be able to.
Yeah, and look at the different lines going into the S's, Stacey.
Yeah.
There's like 5 lines through there at least.
That's mad. Sorry, I'm doing a Clyde. I'm stuffing my face with cake.
Honestly.
What, are you taking over for Clyde? Jeez.
Yeah, it's like the ghost of Clyde past, isn't it?
Well, Clyde knows. You guys should know. When Clyde's not here, someone has to eat cake. So I'm eating cake.
Honestly, it's just shocking. It's just shocking. Bad standards that we've set.
The viewers need to know that someone's eating cake.
So what we need to start talking about now is something that I have no knowledge of whatsoever, which is pit stop strategy. So, do either of you have any opinion on what these guys are going to do at all?
And you had the nerve to ask me? Christ, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about 2 laps of fuel left. That's about all I know.
Yeah.
One stopper on go.
Well, TCRs are almost
There you
guaranteed one stopper. And they won't be taking tyres because the refuel is very small and you need to have a 28 litre, 30 litre refill in order to make the tyres benefit you less than the time taken.
And Tyler's going to go round on fresh air like he usually does. Tyler's going to go round with fresh air.
Yeah, he's been racing pretty hard so far, in my opinion. Or either that, or he's actually doing a bit of sandbagging, and because he was out front, he was able to dictate the pace until Wobbly got. Oh, hang on! Whoa, Russell!
There you go, Martin. You got it by him, all right.
Oh.
He missed the wall, I think, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't hit anything. That's a result, though.
Oh, that was lucky. Wow.
Good save.
Superb driving.
Exactly what you said there.
Harry Craig in the pits. Sorry, Stacey.
Maybe he's doing...
He's doing an undercut.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying, Stacey? Go on.
Exactly what you said earlier on, that, you know, the most places you're going to make up for people making mistakes, so...
Yes.
That just proves what you were saying from earlier.
Yeah, I love being proven right. And when Wobbly finishes close to last, that will be the epitome of my righteousness. Anyway, so Gary has broken with all tradition for the rest of the pack. Decided to pit early, which I think is an undercut tactic. Your thoughts, Bill?
I agree with you. I think he made a good decision. He wasn't getting anywhere where he was, and he decided to change things up, and maybe he can change his fortune there a little bit.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of drivers, Gary is super fast without the toe. So why bog yourself down trying to avoid the car in front?
Well, you know, not only did he have 1 car ahead of him, he had 4 cars ahead of him, which is, like, impossible to get by all those guys, so...
Yep, and Brian's just reacted.
I think that's a good decision on Gary's part, really.
This will be a defining point here, Stacey. Will Brian get out before Gary goes past?
That's kind of key.
You might get the undercut, like you say.
I don't exactly know where Gary came out. Is that him right there?
Yeah, that's him in the green. So he's entering white.
Whoa, it's going to be close. I think
Brian's coming out.
He's going to get out ahead of him a little bit, I think.
Well, this will be...
Gary coming round.
Yeah, this will prove whether the... Ooh, that's going to be really close,
and
actually.
And he's done it. Has he done it?
No, Ryan is out in front.
Wow.
But Gary is very close.
That's a surprise.
I don't think it is. So look where Gary's ended up. He's ended up in the in the GT4 traffic, which will give him a tow as long as these guys don't actually cut him up into various corners like Moss, for instance.
Yeah.
If he can pull up onto the back of Ryan's car, Ryan was second in that queue before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's coming up on him now.
I think this is a blinder by Gary. If he can get a drive up this hill and do Brian Talker as well.
He might try it right here.
Look at how he's closed on him.
That's what I mean.
So they're out of the way to let the Wasps go by. Nobody cares about them. That's GT4s. Old news.
Look at that. Gary's gaining right up on him. Wow, look at that.
Is he going to step out? Is he going to step out?
Sure he is.
No, he's going to bump draft him.
Huh, that's interesting. Well, maybe he's going to ride there for a lap or two. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, if he's pitted early and he might be a bit touch and go on fuel, he might want to sit there for a bit.
Yeah, maybe not burn up his tires so soon either.
Yeah, either way, I think these two may have played a blinder here.
Now, Pete, you've competed in these. If you...
sorry, do you want to rephrase that?
When you're drafting with another TCR car like that, do you have a tendency to burn up your tires or not?
Yeah, it really lifts the air off your splitter at the front,
okay.
And your car washes out quite badly actually. With it being a front-wheel drive car as well, lifting the weight off the front is really bad. It just makes your wheels spin up under the smallest of presses on the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's not a good thing, right?
Yeah, a bit different for the GT4s, I think.
Oh, yeah.
although the BMW is reputed to wash out, although I've not driven that for a while. I was driving the Porsche earlier. It's a bit more stable. Gary trying to get himself a safe pass from Stefan, I think. Meanwhile, was that? Yes. So he's let Stefan go in order that they don't come together in the S's. Who's this in the pits? Russell. But this is where the action's at. Simon Trendle. Oh, and Carl Hardy and Matt Elmore going round again. So this will be interesting, where these three end up reappearing after their pit stops, whenever that'll be.
Yep.
That'll be a defining TCR moment, I think.
Whether it works for either Brian or Gary.
Yeah, annoyingly, Wobbly has a 3.3 second lead at the moment. No, he doesn't. He has a 1.7 second lead over Tyler.
Tyler's getting worked on by... No, he's not. Oh, Chris Shaw's getting worked on by Simon Trendle.
Yeah, that's what we're watching on the screen at the minute. He should get a good drive up the hill here, up Mario Andretti straight. I'm guessing from what you said at the start, Stacey, that you've never seen this track before.
I've definitely seen it now.
Yeah. What's your opinion of it now that you've seen it like in full fury?
I quite like it. I can see how you like it as well. I mean, because there's so many different corners. There's loads of corners where you can potentially lose it, as we've seen as well. And there is obviously room to overtake as well. So it's a bit of a mixed track.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Carl Hardy is in the pits at the minute. These two are passing him while he's in pit lane.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, that's right. There they go.
Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at that.
Very close.
Very close. They're going to catch him at the end of turn 2, I think. So not quite yet, but about, well, sort of now. So, does that mean, Bill, that there's no undercut?
I don't know.
And if you're on a flying lap and you're doing really well, you can undercut, can't you, surely?
You would think, yeah. It's all to do with how long you stay stationary in your pit box and what your pit entries are like. So if I scoot to the right of my screen, if I've got any control of this thing at all. So Carl Hardy, his full pit time was pit lane time was 36 seconds. Brian Talkers was 35.7, and quickest of all was Gary at 34.8. So that was 4 laps before Carl Hardy went in. So he was earlier, spent less time in there, but critically came out ahead.
It's like they're trying to get the measure of him now, though. He hasn't really pulled away.
No. I can't remember where he was in the queue. Was he heading the queue up before?
I don't know either.
Can't remember. I think it was Matt Elmore. Sorry?
A few more drivers in the pits.
Hang on.
Martin's just coming out.
Yep, Rob Venn and Chris Shaw have both pitted their GT4s. They are now leaving pit lane. And you're right, yeah. Loverboy pitted in the last lap. He was the only one to pit on lap 18. All the TCRs so far have pitted on different laps.
Wow. Brian's really pushing here.
I don't think we've ever seen that.
Wow. Look at that.
That's nearly a literal statement that you just made. I think there's definitely going to be an overtake. My opinion, Ryan pulled out a little too soon there for that overtake.
But he's got Gary's help too. That helps a little bit.
Well, I think he's pulled out there to give Gary that toe.
And Gary's going to try to go by him. Here he goes.
Look at that, Gary. Well, he's not sent it. That's very measured. So 2 in 1 for Gary there on that straight. That's amazing.
Nice move, Gary. That was wonderful.
And if I was being a skeptical person, I'd be saying that Ryan orchestrated that with Gary.
It almost looked that way, didn't it?
Yeah, that was excellently done teamwork-wise. Meanwhile,
Sorry,
we've got,
Carl. We still love you. It's all right.
meanwhile, we've got Matt and Shane here, who've yet to pit. I think they're closing on Sam, please.
Looks that way. Yep. TCR is closing on Sam. I wonder if he's. Yeah, they are. Wow.
I definitely think they are. There wasn't much in it in the last lap, but I think that the gain was done prior to that. Obviously, these two are Spec 6 silver cars. They're not going to get involved with one another. But we should expect these guys into the pits at least
Geez, they
in
went
the next
by
few
that
laps.
time too. Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the reason Sam Blees was getting caught, maybe he was getting a fuel warning or something, being careful.
He might be trying to stretch it out because obviously the more laps you do, well, no, it doesn't count for these cars, of course, does it?
Well, there's a great battle between these three guys. Wow.
Yeah, Carl's stuck with the back of these guys. They're not going to throw him that much because he's got like almost permanent double car tow now. What do you reckon on the fuel tactics here, Stacey? Do you think Matt, Shane, Sam and Stephen are just going to run it dry and do the fastest laps they can on the lowest fuel that they can?
I've got no idea.
You see,
What's your thoughts?
well, to the opposite of a undercut, some guys will take the opposite track and come in late, and especially if they change tires, they've got fresh tires and can run their fastest laps, like Pete said, with less fuel. So that's after the guys that came in early, their tires have turned into marshmallows. So it's a gamble you have to take either way. And like Clyde always mentions, which I totally agree, you should try to do the opposite. If you follow somebody in all the time, nothing's going to change, really, unless there's an accident or something. So not a bad idea. I mean, I think Gary made a good move there. And so far it's paid off. He's doing okay. Just got to get up further in the standings, but he'll get there. These other guys have to come in. The other three cars ahead of him have to come in.
Bill, do you think it's going to pay off for him tonight then?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It could. But it was the right thing to do in his case, for sure.
These two now are stretching away from Carl Hardy. Managing to effect some sort of gap at the minute. Wobbly Kneecam, our race leader, is in the pits.
Yes, he is.
So, Pete, who's left to pit then out of the TCRs and GT4s?
So, TCRs, Stephen Walker, Sam Blees, Shane Powell, and Matt Elmore are yet to pit. They're the four top running cars. I think they're going to run it to a dry tank, and it'll be the same fill regardless because the tanks are limited. It still takes the same amount of fuel to get round, but you'll do faster laps on lower fuel in theory. You won't change tyres in the TCR because it's not worth you doing so, because the time spent in the pit box to do the tyres is going to be something like 11 seconds of extra time, which you'll never get back.
No.
In GT4, we have Tyler Newitt, Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson, Stefan Goebel, and Marco, none of which have pitted. As I say that, of course, they prove me to be a liar.
Tyler and Simon are in.
So, Wobbly pitted last lap. And these guys are now pitting in reaction to that, maybe? I don't know. What it does do is it puts Jamie Wilson as the race leader at the minute, with Stefan in second. And there's Wobbly.
No, that's Marco Lewert pulling in. That's Wobbly coming around, yeah.
Yeah, is that Wobbly?
Who's that coming out? That's Simon Trendle.
He's not going to come out ahead of Wobbly, though.
He got out quick, wow.
He did get out quick. How's he managed that?
Wobbly got by him, though.
He did, yeah. So we'll have to see what tyres are like and what fuel is like come the end of the race now. So they have pitted after 5 minutes? 33 minutes.
Yep.
So it's a one-stop shop for the GT4s, one-stop shop for the TCRs.
Gonna want to see Simon. Oh, Simon, way wide, almost went off the course. I'm curious to see Simon Trendle's fuel toward the end of the race. He seemed like he had an awful fast pit stop there.
Yeah, and I wonder.
What's going on here?
Oh, we've got a change in position.
Yep, Ryan has gotten by Gary again.
So Wobbly and Tyler both were in pit lane for 47 seconds-ish. Tyler nearly 48. Simon Trendle, 44.8.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Sure is.
And I don't know that any tyres were taken there either. Because I don't think the stops at 20 seconds are long enough to cover the tyres. Stefan is now in the pits, which leaves Jamie Wilson to lead the race, having not pitted at all yet, so he owes us a pit stop.
Now, these three guys haven't stopped yet either, Blees, Powell, and Elmore. They've got to be stopping here pretty quick.
You would
How
think.
they still going?
Well, you can do about 35-40 minutes depending on how heavy your right foot is, so they may go around for a couple more laps, in my opinion.
They're
I think
still going.
I think they've got 2 more, and they've got to do this. To what you said before, Bill, do something opposite.
Yeah, that's right.
They have to do this now, regardless.
That's true. Yep.
We have lost David Ayres from the session, sadly.
He's been gone for ages.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Who's the one's wife is Scary Sherry? Which one is that? Is that Chris Shaw or David Ayres? I forget.
I don't know. It's funny though, either way.
We're missing Lee Bowden tonight too. That's another one I just thought of.
Oh, that's right. And Mark as well. Clearly too hot for them in the UK tonight. It is absolutely boiling. I've got aircon, so I'm not that bothered.
Well, all I think of is where I live, and basically the same temperature you guys are having, and boy, to be without air conditioning, man. Oof.
Yeah, we get it without warning on one day of the year, which means everybody complains about the heat for one day. Do you know what they're doing about for the other 364 days?
Whoa, who's that spun out? Is
That's
that Tyler?
Oh, there goes my
corner.
hope. My hopes and dreams of a complete wobbly ridicule.
Here he comes. Here's a replay.
So he's downhill into Moss Corner. He's got a bobble on, I think. Yeah, that's a bobble on. And then it's washed him out. So under braking, when the front tyres bounce off the floor, it means you're not getting the braking that you require. He's gone too wide and he's got a tyre off and he's gone round. But what a lovely slow-mo, Sam. That's special.
Now you know what you look like, Pete, kind of.
Yeah, he often reminds me, or rather tells me when I'm getting slow-mos when we're racing. So,
Who, my buddy Sam? I don't believe it.
No, Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, okay.
Yeah. He's like, you getting another slow-mo? All right, thanks.
Pete, Tyler has every right to blame you for that. You cursed him, right?
Well, I'm desperately trying to throw all my curses and hexes at Wobbly at the minute. Now, sadly, he's leading by a small... Oh, actually, Simon
Trendle had an issue there.
Oh, do not say that, Bill.
I'm just...
Sideways.
Whoa!
Jamie, it's not Simon. Good catch. What a catch.
Wow, Jamie Wilson.
Oh, well done.
The Jamie Wilson thrill show. Wow.
I'd love to see his inset camera when that was happening. That would have been mint. Look at that. Oh, Tokyo or what?
Yeah, really.
Good effort, Jamie. That's amazing.
Boy, he sure
skills.
recovered nicely, and he's off the side of the road. That's good job, man.
I think Bill, he's been dirt racing.
He'd be good at it. Let me
Some
tell you.
skill.
Yeah. All the skills to pay all the bills. So, where is Simon Trendle right now? Oh, come on, Simon. Do me a favour, mate. Chris Shaw was no good. He's not even getting my money anymore. Come on, Simon.
Simon deserves extra points for that drifting.
It was Jamie.
Jamie Wilson.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Jamie. Yeah, he definitely deserves extra points.
So, these three. So, this is Shane Powell, Sam Blees, and Matt Elmore. Oh, was a pit stop still.
Now, why are they trying to pass before a pit stop? That's
Because they want to get in the pits first. That's why. I'm going to guess. No, they're going again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. So this is for second place, everybody. So Stephen Walker, he's history. He's gone. We're not showing him again. He's miles in the lead.
Do you think these are hybrids or something? God.
Yeah. Solar-powered cars.
Wow.
TCR, sponsored by Michael Talianchich.
I was going to say, they went to the Michael Talianch's fuel saving school.
Yeah. So, Gary decides to slot himself in there and not press the issue. You got to be careful when you do stuff like that, because Carl Hardy's not a million miles away, and coming off the gas might give him a bit of an advantage. Here we go again with these two.
Sometimes when you're nice like that and somebody takes advantage of it, you know, you feel like a jackass.
Yeah. I've done that loads, and you're like, I've just given away 3 places just to let one damn car through. Oh, there we go.
Whoa,
first to blink, Sam Blees.
Yep.
So he's got 30 seconds. He needs to be out in 30 seconds. Otherwise, he's going to get overhauled by Brian Stalker, we're going to call him now, and Gary Craig. So by the time these guys get to about the start-finish line, Sam Blees needs to be well and moved. He's already on his way out, actually.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's got him.
He's out way in advance. And it's not going to help that the... Sorry, go on.
Sorry, how quick was the pit stop?
Pit stop for Sam was 35.8. Compare that to Brian Stalker, 35.75. There's nothing in it. Nothing at all. Al Hardy a little bit delayed there by the GT4 that's just passed him. These two are obviously doing formation flying and are going again. But then again, so is Stephen Walker in front of them. So they are literally running it down to a dry tank.
Still got fuel.
Still got fuel. They are 42 minutes in.
And didn't you say they could do about 35 laps?
Yeah, but you are off the gas here an awful lot because you are coasting so many of these corners in the TCR. It's a good bit of driving from Brian and from Gary tonight. They're doing a bit of a team game, I think. The move that I can't understand is Ryan overtaking Gary, but if Gary thought that Ryan was quicker, he'd have let him past easy. Although it does look like he's a bit racy with him, but there you go. We'll come back to that. Your race leader has only a half-second lead at the moment, which is wobbly knee camp. He is getting tracked down by Simon Trendle. Come on, Simon! Get past him. It won't be long now, is what I'm telling myself. He's in the tow. And this could be exciting over the next few laps. How long have we got left? 15 minutes, something like that. 16 minutes. Oh, hang on. Oh, Shane Powell. Shane Powell has he's split away from Matt Elmore and taken a different pitting strategy to his teammate. It's a bit interesting, isn't it, Stacey?
That's cool. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought they were going to come in both at the same time, to be honest.
And Gary has just overhauled Brian. Shane's away. Where are these going to end up? Oh. So there goes Sam Blease. Back ahead of Shane.
About the same, Pete.
About the same, isn't it? Yeah. About as it was.
You know, it appears that Simon Trundle is catching wobbly.
Definitely.
See you now going, come on.
I'm not.
Come on. Yeah, you are.
Not openly, I'm not.
The views of our broadcasters are not the views of BSTV.
You need to record that and just play it back on some dictaphone thing. Come on, Simon. Get it done, son. £5 in it for you. Come on.
Okay, Stephen Walker's in the pits. The Nomad. Has he been on the camera at all today? I haven't even seen what his car looks like.
What's his name again?
Walker. Texas Ranger.
Yeah. Oh, dear. So Stephen Walker and Matt Elmore both in the pits at the same time, both leaving the pits. They're going to be out. Ooh. Well, Stephen Walker's going to be way out ahead of everybody. Sam Blease has passed Matt Elmore. So has Shane Powell. Matt Elmore's come out in front of Gary, so it'd be interesting to see that bit, Sam. Have you got eyes on? Oh, here we go. This is a bit tasty.
Look at that.
Matt Elmore's not ahead of Gary Craig by anything.
No, not at all.
Oh,
Gary's
in
the hunt there. Look at this. Whoa! Gary says, whoa. Blood in the water, Gary.
Yeah, big time, and he can taste a whole bag full of it.
Or cake. I'm not quite sure, but hey. Whoa. Gary's on the hunt. Look at that.
He's not going to want to wait either, because he's going to want to get this done quick.
He can't. Not a lot of time. He can't.
No.
Bumper to bumper. Loving this.
Yeah, this is class. What Gary needs is that GT4 to naff off in front of him. Is he going to try it around the outside?
Not gaining a lot.
He's gaining enough. He's just got to get on the brakes just a tiny bit later.
Look at
He's
that.
done it.
I think he's going to get up.
He's going to have to check in. No, he's not.
He's all right. He's all right. Oh!
Oh.
Not quite. Oh!
Look at him go. Wow.
Woohoo!
Matt's definitely sticking it
Doing exactly what
out
Pete
there to
taught him.
make
Look
sure
at
he
that.
can't get past.
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult, Stacey, around here, isn't it? You can see it, can't you?
Well, that's what I was asking earlier about the overtaking. How easy is it? How hard is it? We know how good Gary Craig is, and he's just showing that he's finding it a little bit difficult. He'll find a way.
Well,
He's
followed everything. He's followed everything Pete has showed him, and look at how well it's paying off for him.
Can you imagine telling him that? He proper poked me in the eyeballs. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Now, this is a good line into here. If he can make it stick and not lock up his tyres. Yeah, keep it there, Gary. Keep it on the inside.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Did anyone else just breathe in there? Was that just me?
I wasn't breathing at all.
So close. I mean,
can
these
tell.
two guys have got to be careful because Walker's going to come straight up behind and take both of them if they're not careful.
Yeah, Stalker is doing what his name says. He's stalking the whole... Ooh, who's that coming up? It's Rob Venn. Rob Venn's got his door slammed shut in front of him. Gary's going to make this work now. He's
Gary's got him.
wide.
No!
Good move, good move.
Gary's got him. Nice move. Wow, that was excellent. That's a tough spot. You don't have a lot of room to make any errors right through there.
No, and Rob's trying to crawl past these guys. He's having a bit of trouble. If I had a hat, I would doff it right now. I really would.
And Simon Trundle is almost a trunk ornament on Wobbly's car at the moment.
Yeah.
Or a boot lid, sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot what country I was in. God.
Oh, come on, Simon.
Come on.
Get in his toe, man. Get in his toe.
Look at him. Oh, jeez.
Not that I'm biased or anything, but you have to overtake Wobbly. You're the last hope of civilization. Go on. Side, that'd be even funnier. Oh, no.
I'd love to hear Wobbly in the commentary booth when you're racing, just to see what he says about you. It would be
That
brilliant.
will never happen. Never happening.
That was close.
That was. So, it doesn't look like Matt, sorry, got the memo because he's now fighting back and trying to do what Gary did to him a lap ago. He was having a look round the outside there and thought better of it. So this is going to go on for a very long time, I think. Although it is limited to another 11 minutes, so...
There's words from upstairs. Has anything happened to Martin?
Oh. He's, I think he's a fair way off the next person in front, who is Carl Hardy. He's 20 odd seconds behind that, I think. Wobbly's trying to say stuff on the chat, but I can't hear him over the sound of the engines, so we'll completely ignore whatever he had to say because it was probably pointless anyway.
Mute driver. Oh.
Yeah, mute that driver.
You could throw him a black flag.
Well, can I?
Yeah, right click on his name and black flag for 30
Oh,
seconds.
brilliant! Oh, so happy I learned that. That's brilliant.
Sam!
Uh-oh.
Matt, what you doing? This isn't in the script, mate. He's getting it done, though.
Uh-oh.
He wants that place back.
He does.
Gary, hold on. Hold on, Gary.
Lucas right behind.
Ooh.
So tired.
Stay tight, Gary. Good man. You're still in
Yeah,
there. Okay.
that's good. Gary's got a perfect defensive
Well done,
line going
Gary. That
through
was
there.
really excellent. Wow. That was good.
Look at these four even, though. You just throw a very small Rizzler paper, not even the king-size ones, over these four.
What a nice battle, really. This is amazing.
I think Carl went a bit wide there in the background, got himself a little bit of grass.
You know, I'm amazed with all these guys. You realize over these laps, back and forth, side to each, has been clean the whole time. I mean, that's amazing.
It's awesome, isn't it?
That's amazing, really.
This is what I must
look at
look
this!
like.
Whoa!
This is what I must look like when you're watching me.
Exactly, Pete.
Right then, this is just Simon. Just stalk him till the last lap and just do him on the last corner, White's corner, last lap. That's what you need to do.
Oh my!
Bill, who's your money on tonight then?
Phew. I can't say. I don't want to jinx anybody. It's really going well here.
Say Wobbly, please.
Uh-oh. Trying it again. Whoa! Wow, he got a good run on the outside there.
Oh, this is such good racing. He
I
got
shouldn't
massive.
say-
Got him. He's got him. Jeez.
Yeah, by a huge amount there.
That was well done, Elmore. Really was.
What were you going to say, Stacey?
I was going to say it only takes Gary and Matt to get too close, have a bit of a bump. Walker and Hardy will just come straight through.
Yeah.
but these two seem quite experienced not to do that.
Although Carl's getting spat out the back of these three at the minute. There's a bit of a gap there now. Although if they fight, of course, he'll be back on it. Oh, come on, Gary. I mean, Gary's getting alongside
Boy.
Matt Elmore. I'm not biased at all, am I?
It's your teamie, it's your pard. What the heck can you do? You know?
Whoa! That was amazing!
Wow! Lost corner, of all places.
That
And
was
Ryan got by him, too. Wow. Jeez.
That, folks, if you're not used to racing, is called a block pass. So he absolutely parked it on that apex. It was brilliant.
It's called, I was going to say, it's a brilliant pass is what it is. Wow.
Yeah, that was sensational.
Oh, here it is. Here, replay. This is good.
Go on, Bill, talk us through.
From Ryan Walker's. He's right on the inside, hugging the inside on the apex. And Ryan jumped in there just at the right time to keep him from turning in. Well executed by the BSTV guys.
That was textbook.
Sure was.
In my opinion, that looked more like a barge out of the way, but hey.
What, from Ryan Stalker?
Yeah.
No, that was good.
That was a good move, actually.
Yeah, that was opportunistic. Oh, come on, Simon. Sorry.
As his voice goes to soprano. Oh, baby.
Yeah, my testicles just moved up a few inches.
Oh, boy. I think he's got him.
Oh,
I think he's got him.
where are you going, Wobbly? That's
Whoa,
miles
Wobbly,
out.
wow.
Oh, how's he done that?
Wow, what a move.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Oh, no! What's that?
Oh, no.
Chris Shaw, race winner.
Chris Shaw says, wow.
Yeah. Well, that's the headline, isn't it? Simon gets going again, still in second place with his teammate Jamie Wilson behind him.
Wow.
Let's have a look at this again. So, Wobbly dives it in. What happens here then?
He gets loose.
Oh, he does. The back end gets loose on him. It tries to give a waggle, and he doesn't have the time to let it waggle because Simon cuts back to try and undertake him again. Which I don't know. It's just a racing one, that, isn't it?
I have to tell you, it was kind of a kamikaze move on Wobbly's part, but he sure gave it a try, I'll tell you.
He really did. It was a ballsy attempt. I think Simon's car now is in a bit of trouble because Jamie's passed him and is off down the road, and
he may be hurt. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Simon's right front looks proper caved in. Tyler is way back in fourth at the minute. Oh, hang on. Whoa, we should be further back than that.
There's the reason.
Wow, what's going on here with BSTV, boys?
Tyler spun like that twice today.
Yeah.
I think someone put vodka in his orange juice.
You mean grape juice? So where's he ended up? So Simon Trendle is now in the pits. Where's Tyler? Tyler's in fourth still at the moment. There goes Simon. They do get a free repair. Not that that's going to be much consolation to him. Gary is still leading this very, very tight train. Although Ryan got a good drive through there.
He's battling so much there's no way he's going to ever catch third place there, though, to get on the podium.
No, I think this is very much the battle for fourth place and no better at the moment.
I'll tell you, this group has been excellent to watch. It's really been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been such close racing for such a long time. They've even been pushing each other up and down the track.
Yep.
It's crazy. Oh, look at that. This is Stefan passing Wobbly. And no chance of a slow-mo of that one, Sam, no? So Brian is fully in the slipstream of Gary now. You would expect him to try and effect a pass here. No, he's happy to maybe fuel save or... Oh, he's going to put himself at risk here, though. Woohoo! Straight across the front of Matt Elmore's car. Confidence.
Wobbly, this is Pete's way of welcoming you to BSTV Esports.
He gives as good as he gets.
Okay, we've been informed by our director. Next time, white flag lap coming up.
Bill, you're doing that like a NASCAR commentator or something. It's just awesome. It's just so good.
Yeah, that level of professionalism isn't recognised here.
Yeah, get the hell out of here, right? Yeah.
So Simon, after his free repair, is busy trying to get back past Rob then to try and get some positions back. I think he's going to manage this because Rob seems to be struggling. I mean, that's a nice overtake, to be fair.
Wow.
Or is he? Oh, he hasn't got it done though.
Got it now. Yep.
No, not yet. Simon's the one overtaking Rob, or trying to.
Oh, which way were you talking? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Rob passing Simon. Sorry.
No, the other way around. Sorry.
Gotcha. Still early here in America, Pete. It's not quite cocktail time, so you have to excuse me.
What time have you got in Florida?
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 o'clock, right? Okay.
You what? 9 o'clock, and it's still sunny outside, sunny and hot.
Yep. Well, the sun's gone now here, but yeah,
Oh,
still
okay.
warm. Yeah. We're an island, so the humidity levels are horrendous all year.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Chris
Yeah,
Shaw
yeah, Chris Shaw.
gifted a win.
Chris Ninja Shaw.
Yeah.
I don't practice. I don't. Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, whatever. We don't believe him. Oh, Simon's really giving it large here. He wants a position back. I don't think he's going to get it, but he's fought tooth and nail.
Whoa! Look at this. Uh-oh.
Woohoo! Here we go. BSTV boys at war. That was Stephen Walker finishing.
That's what Stephen Walker's car looks like. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in this race. Oh, Gary's managed to get ahead of Brian. This, of course, is for 4th. And Gary's going to retain that with Brian in 5th, Matt Elmore in 6th.
Excellent battle, boys. That was wonderful. God, that was great. Very exciting. And clean. That was really excellent, I have to say. Now what do we do? Spins backwards or something? Burnouts backwards?
Usually reverse burnouts, but I don't think Stephen's got the energy for that. I think anybody without an aircon unit tonight is going to be sweating.
If an episode of Walker Texas Ranger has changed your life, you might be a redneck.
Yeah. I think anybody without aircon tonight is going to be sweating like a fat kid in a sweet shop.
Whoa, here we go. Oh yeah, let's do a little drifting and turn, do a whole 180, crash our car, all that stuff. Hell, we can do that when we're not fooling around, huh, Pete?
Yeah, I can do that without even trying. It's fine.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. There's the official results up on the screen. Well, race results it says.
Right, go for it, Bill. You can do GT4s.
All right, Chris Ninja Shaw in first place, followed by Jamie Wilson. Nice finish for Jamie from Chimera, Team Chimera. Third, Tyler Newitt. Fourth, Stefan Goebel, BTS Esports. Fifth was Wobbly Kneecap. Sixth, Rob Venn. Seventh, Simon Trendle. Eighth, Marco Lewert. Ninth, Jameson Hoddington. And 10th, Chris Needham.
Awesome stuff. I'll run through the
Go for it.
TCRs even. I'll try that again. So your TCR winner was Stephen Walker for Spectre 6 Purple. He beat Sam Blees, who finished second for Alpine Starts Geodesic. Shane Powell was third for Spectre 6 Silver. Gary Craig came home fourth for BSTV Esports Green. Brian Stalker finished fifth for BSTV Esports Blue, with sixth being Matt Elmore for Spectre 6 Silver. Carl Hardy finished seventh for Safeguard by result. His teammate finished eighth, Loverboy, for Safeguard by result. Ninth was Russell Cowell for Spectre 6 Purple. And David Evers finished last and quitted the session for Result Clothing. Fantastic race in my opinion. So much exciting racing. Mosport did it again for me. What are your thoughts, Stacey?
Absolutely love that. The race with Gary Craig, Matt Elmore, and I've forgotten it wasn't
Brian.
now. That's it. Walker. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, those three, you just didn't know who was going to lead that pack in the end. The chopping and changing, I mean, it just kept everybody on their toes. So yeah, thanks guys, that was awesome.
And Bill, Moss Corner claimed a couple, but the real drama was in the last corner, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, coming out of White's Corner. Unfortunately, Trendle and Wobbly got together. It's really too bad. It was a nice tussle. I have to say, I don't think I'd be willing to bet you couldn't find a race with 20 cars out there that could be more exciting than that one. That was really good, I'll tell you. And basically pretty clean. We had a couple little episodes, but nothing major, but really well done to all the guys tonight.
I found it entirely engaging, it has to be said. Fully exciting, and I just love this track so much. It's got too many redeeming features for the fact that you can't overtake it. Forces people to do things that either push the boundary too far or push your opponent to the point of breaking it. It's such a good track.
Sorry,
go on. No, go on.
I thought you were finished. Go ahead, finish up. Sorry.
No, I'm pretty much done. Anything else was superfluous to the conversation.
I was going to say, I think this track, being in Canada, which is kind of influenced by the UK and also a territory of the UK, kind of influences the way it's designed. It really is very much like a track in the UK. It really is when you think about it.
Actually, yeah, you could draw comparisons to Alton Park. We probably should have been having this conversation at the beginning, Bill.
Yeah, and a little similar to Donington too. A little bit wide open in spots, and really, God, it's like you said, Pete. It's an excellent track. Really, really fun track to race on. I mean, you don't think it's so nice when you screw up here, but it is really, it's a neat track, no doubt.
It definitely is. Right then, I'm gonna. Anybody wanting to do interviews this evening, guys, or not?
I don't mind.
You don't mind, Bill?
No, you guys are really good at it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll take our race winner, Chris Shaw, and interrogate him because we don't often get to speak to him. He's a bit rude. He doesn't join us in the BSTV chat when we're racing. A little bit ignorant, if I'm being honest, but he laughs at some of my jokes, so it's fine. Chris Shaw, good evening. How you doing?
Evening.
So you pulled Willy Wonka's golden card out of your chocolate tonight, didn't you?
You could say that. I didn't get to visit the factory, but...
No, you didn't. But a win is a win, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, and your teammate affected your ability to win, we think, by being a bit overzealous in the last turn with Simon.
Yeah, I didn't actually see it. I meant to go back, but I forgot. But I'm guessing
right.
Win It or Bin It Wobbly came back.
Well, if you go to my Facebook page or my YouTube page or my Discord channel, you'll see Wobbly crashing at that corner on repeat for about the next 6 weeks.
Okay.
That's cool. So you know exactly what happened there.
And Chris, of course, Pete's broadcasting was very unbiased too. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to watch this back.
Oh dear, shameful is probably a describing word there. But yeah, great racing tonight. We saw you in quite a lot of tussles towards the start of the race. Then you had a bit of a quiet zone in the middle, and then of course the victory came to you more than you going to the victory. So, what other standout moments did you have for your race tonight?
I don't know, really. It was pretty boring. Well, not boring, but it went quiet, like you say, in the middle. I don't really know why. I took near enough the right amount of fuel, but I think the tyre change was just really long. I just think I got screwed over. Stupid pit crew.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It took ages, and I think that was cost me like 4 seconds or something. But oh well.
What did you change?
Both lefts.
Both lefts, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Standard for an anti-clockwise. A clockwise circuit.
Yeah, I did a test in practice, and it took the same amount of time as the amount of fuel I put in. So I thought, okay, it'll be about right. But for some reason, this time it took like ages. The fuel finished, and then the tyres were like still going. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I felt like Lando Norris.
You had a 49.3 second pit lane time. If I compare that to the likes of Tyler, was 47.9, so you've lost a second there. Wobbly 47.2, so you've lost 2 seconds there. He was very, very quick. It's not that much of a difference, really.
It might have been the outlap then. That was awful.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I always hate in-laps, out-laps, and those sort of things. I find them too much of a challenge, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at the racing bit either, even in straight lines normally.
Hey, welcome to the club, pal.
Yeah. But great racing tonight. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, Wobbly.
All right. Yeah. I don't understand why. Would you like to explain it very slowly for me?
Because he is accident prone.
Okay, that's good. That'll do me. Thank you very much. That's excellent.
Yeah, and obviously you guys for hosting everything.
Cool. In that case, great racing tonight. I'm sure you'll be happy about the points haul.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time out.
Yeah, definitely.
Well done,
Cheers.
matey.
Cheers, guys.
Rest.
Thank you.
Cool. Right, who's next in line? Would you like to interview Jamie of the Wilson, Stacey?
Oh, Mr. Drifter. Hell yeah.
Mr. Drifter. Yeah, so as long as I press the right buttons, you should have Jamie Wilson finish second in the room.
You do.
Good evening, Jamie. Welcome to the booth. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your drifting. That was absolutely epic. Really cool, and you actually saved it as well.
Yeah, the Jamie Wilson thrill show. Wow.
It was epic, wasn't it, Bill?
Oh god, that was amazing. That was well done. Wow.
JB, how did you feel the race went for you today?
Yeah, that wasn't really so much a save because I kind of saved it by kind of stopping. Does that count? I mean,
Absolutely.
Rob Venn's save, presumably into the wall a bit earlier on, was probably a better one. That needed like the Dam Busters music as it went flying over the curb there. But yeah, no, it was simultaneously eventful and not eventful. Just kind of not really stuck, but just really having to labour to catch up to I think it was Stefan at the start there. When you lose the toe here, it's awful because you just sink backwards and backwards and backwards, and you can just see everyone just driving off in the distance over the horizon. So you just have to focus really hard to try not to lose the toe. And yeah, obviously had the pit stop, took left-hand side tyres. By turn 3, I'd forgotten that I'd done that, clearly. And then, yeah, Tyler then had a Tyler blew it moment, and yeah, all chaos ensued after that. So just sort of very lucky I got away with it and got through it all unscathed.
Well, I thought it was a really good drive from you tonight. I mean, I really enjoyed watching you race. I do think you got skills, like I said to the guys earlier. I mean, when you lose the car, you either lose it and bin it, or you can lose it and get it back. So it just shows that you know what you're doing out there, Jamie.
No, you're just saying that because I got yellow mirrors.
Probably.
Busted.
No, I'm not. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go, Jamie?
Yep, Simon for being crashed into. and and Bob Lee for crashing into him for the additional positions now. Simon, as always, we're constantly in the race having talked about strategy and all that kind of stuff. So, he's a great teammate. And yeah, the rest of the field, you guys for doing everything you do, and all the usual suspects and so on and so forth.
Excellent. Thanks, Jamie. Have a good evening, and we'll see you out the next time.
Yep. See you later.
Awesome. Right. Okay. I'm gonna hand. I'm gonna do. Bill, tell you what. Will you interview Tyler? Will you?
Tyler?
Yeah, American on American. This has got disaster written all over it. An American interviewing an American on a British race on a Canadian track. It's got genius written all over it. Off
Tyler,
you go.
Tyler, good evening. Welcome to the booth. How you doing, matey?
Hi, Bill. Yeah, I wasn't planning to do an interview because I had a pitifully sloppy race, but I ended up on the podium, so figured I should stop in.
Tyler, I was really curious. You spun a couple times, which is unusual. Did you end up having KY jelly on your tires, or what? What was the deal with that?
No, it's just, with the way the cars are right now, I could probably lap faster than anyone but Wobbly. But to do it in the Porsche, you have to be going absolutely balls to the wall every lap. And that's just not sustainable over an hour-long race. It's tough. I saw it. You could see it when I was chasing down Chris at the end there. I was probably pulling between the first and the third sector about, 4 or 5 tenths a lap. But I was only gaining, a tenth or two at most because he'd pull it all back on the straight. So
yeah,
it's
go ahead.
Oh, it's just tough. I mean, it doesn't excuse my mistakes because they were just sloppy and I was pushing too hard. Trying to keep up with Wobbly. He's just unbelievably quick in that BMW. I don't, as much as as much as the BOP isn't helping me, I don't think I could switch to the BMW and just start beating Wobbly. He's got that thing. He's got his head around that thing better than anyone in the league, clearly.
Well, he and Simon Trendle had a little get together coming out of White's Corner, and it really, I have to tell you, I mean, they were really, that was an exciting part of the race, and this isn't an interview on you, but I wanted to mention it to you that coming around that corner, Simon Trendle was definitely ahead of him at one point, coming through the S's and then into White's Corner. Well, I'm telling you, Wobbly boy threw the stuff against the wall trying to make it around that corner, and it was a hell of a try. I got to be honest with you, but it just was a little bit. He went off track on the outside just a little bit, got in the grass, got sideways, and took both of them out. But it's just, I mean, it wasn't a definite, it wasn't a dive bomb or anything. It was just one of those things. And but I'll tell you, he drives hard. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and the track really got slippery by the end of the race. I mean, I was saying in practice, we just needed to keep the track exactly where it was at the start of practice because it was so grippy. And that really benefits the Porsche as well. We can because we have the advantage in the corners anyway, and when the grip is down, we can stretch it even bigger. That's how I got the pole, but it didn't pan out in the race, and I made my mistakes, and pretty much everybody else did as well. Chris had a long pit stop. Simon obviously had his incident with Wobbly, which wasn't really a mistake on Simon's part, but
yeah, exactly.
Jamie had his spin that almost sent me into the wall. It was
he had mentioned that just before you came on. I'll tell you, he looked like the Joey Chitwood thrill show. I mean, he recovered from it pretty well, but it's something you're not expecting. Matter of fact, he said he changed tires, and by the third corner, he realized he had forgotten that he put those new tires on. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. Well, to your point too, at this track especially, when people start pulling away, it's just human nature. You try to go a little deeper, a little harder, a little faster, and that's when you start making boo-boos, really. So it just happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just kept finding myself just outside that toe distance and pushing to get back in it. But
Yeah,
it's a shame. I would have liked to send off on a better note since I'm missing at least a week. But oh well, I'll pick it up in a couple weeks.
Hey, listen, you still got a podium. It's better than nothing, pal.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody you want to thank before we let you fly?
Yeah, shout out to you guys as always for doing the broadcast, and Pete for jumping in the booth in place of Clyde. I know he'd prefer to be racing, so appreciate that. And thanks to the team. The chat was fun. We were probably working together better than we ever have in the BSTV chat. There was actually some coordination going on there, but ultimately, all for nothing. I think we all, except for Chris, all ran into trouble. So thanks to those guys. Yeah, we'll get them next time, I guess.
I'll tell you, when Chris came across that line and saw the two guys on the side of the road, he must have thought he won the lottery, let me tell you. Well, anyway, have a good one, Tyler. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.
Right then, yeah, that was a less than positive sounding Tyler, it has to be said. And, oh, God, I can't press buttons anymore, I don't think.
Obviously, he's really hard on himself, you know.
Yeah, and for the next interviewee, all I have to say is,
Is this the Pete Big M with 2000 IR? Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Excuse me, 2,200 as of yesterday.
So basically, Pete, you're fat.
Yes, yeah, and you're ugly. We've determined this already. So let's talk about the last turn.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yep.
For all the laps apart from one. No, anyway. No, seriously, you had a very good, clean getaway at the beginning of the race. You proceeded to advance to position 1, and then pulled yourself a gap. And then after the pit stops, that gap reduced very, very quickly because Simon caught you very fast. What happened there?
Simon decided to change his left tires, left front and left right, and I didn't change it because I hate the imbalance in it, and I thought I could get away with it. But nearing the 40-minute mark or something like that, it just was so hard to get a proper exit out of Moss. That's how he got a run on me. Yeah, but it was a really fun race, to be fair. And I already spoke to Simon, and obviously told him it was his fault because hey, he made me understeer. So
That's funny. That's funny stuff.
No, I was pretty sure I was gonna hold it, and if he wasn't beside me or right next to me, then I would have just catch the slide. But we were just close. It was close racing, and yeah, it's unfortunate that it ended like this. But well.
So I'm gonna share something with the millions, and by millions I mean 13 people watching. Wobbly has actually changed his Discord name to Weber Better Than Pete. That's what it actually says. So if you think that I've been unfair to him at all tonight, just bear that in mind.
Well, I have a feeling, Pete, he probably changed it because of the unbiased broadcast you just gave.
Mine was absolutely level and straight down the middle. There was
but
no
I want to correct this because my name on Discord was changed. Somebody changed it, and it was Weber win it. So I saw that, and I wanted to change it to something else, but this was the nicest thing I could say.
Okay then, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can say that's fine. So, other than the obvious, what were the other standout moments for your race tonight?
Yeah,
Tyler, that's got to be right up there.
Yeah, it was a bit planned because I had a good exit and I told him that I wanted to get by, and yeah, he was just doing his fuel saving thing, and it started to annoy me. So I started pushing, and I wanted to get past and just get into the racing group. So I pulled that away, and I was a bit surprised that Simon managed to save so much that the gap was like 1.5 seconds or second or what when he came out of the pits, because I thought I was in the clear. And I really enjoyed the battle with Simon. He's an awesome guy, an awesome talented driver, and I'm looking forward to racing him this close again. The first 2 wins I had were just retardedly boring, so I'm happy that he picked up the pace and they've been now much closer.
You know, all things considered, I'll tell you, and not kidding around. you guys put on a hell of a battle, I tell you. And even, I tell you, Wobbly, that last corner where you guys came together just before that, going into White's corner, I could not believe that pass you threw in there on the inside. That was a brave move, but a really gutsy move. And it wasn't a dive bomb. It was really an excellent move. And unfortunately, like you said, it was just a little coming together and it was too bad. But it was a hell of a run, I'll tell you.
If all the races end up like this, well, not end up like this, but if all the races are like this and are this close, then I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the competition of it. And the reason I know I could stick it there because it's what I did to overtake someone in an official for the league race. So I was pretty confident that I could pull it off, but then then Simon pushed me and I got the understeer. It's all his fault. But,
yeah, said nobody ever. Anybody who'd like to?
You've got to win next time, so you can stick it to Pete.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I'm not able to practice a lot because we're going camping.
That's the worst excuse I've ever heard. But anyway,
that's how I laugh when I really enjoy it.
Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Stacy, Bill, Sam, not you, Pete.
Okay, that's great. Thanks. Bye. He's flushed himself.
Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
The funniest thing is that I changed his name first to.
Oh, you did?
Win it. Yeah, that's
win it
why
up in
he
it. That's
changed
class.
back.
Awesome. So, for your interview pleasure, Stacey, I've brought in Simon Trendle for you.
Good evening, Simon. Welcome to the booth. How you doing?
I'm hot and sweaty, and yeah, I want to go and clean myself now. That was awful.
What an epic race, though. That was really good fun.
Yeah, up to a point.
You had Pete screaming for you to knock Wobbly out big time. He was literally going crazy for you to just stick.
He offered to send you £10 if you took him out.
It was 5. I'm not rich.
It was only a fiver.
Does it still work if it was the inverse?
Thankfully not.
Damn.
How was the race for you this evening?
It was pretty good. I didn't get much practice because it's been too hot, so bother driving anything. So very little preparation. Did poorly in quali because I really can't get one lap pace in this car. Last week seems to be a fluke. And then I to be honest, the first half of the race, I sat there just using as little fuel as I possibly could, keeping with the pack. So that jumped Tyler in the pit stop, and then I sort of tried to catch Wobbly a bit, and I think I managed it in the end. Yeah, and then started putting him under some pressure, and I think I put him under a bit too much. So on board, lucky he moved across, but yeah, clearly in the replay, he got on the grass or wheel spin up.
That battle was brilliant. I'll tell you, it really was. You guys really did a great job.
Yeah, I was totally your biggest fan for at least 5 minutes.
Longer than that, Pete.
Was it longer? Okay. Yeah.
You were yelling at Simon for about 30 laps. Come on, Simon!
Well, at least I got one fan.
Yeah, because I'm not biased towards BSTV. That's why.
No.
So my opinion is that your statement's wrong, Simon. You were absolutely rapid all night. And I easily think you could have taken away the win there. I think you've done yourself a distinct injustice. And you and Jamie together, quite a challenge for everybody else, to be honest.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to pass Jamie half the time, so that helps. He lets me through.
Sorry, carry on, Stacey.
Go for it, Pete.
So now, anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go, Simon?
Myself for the setup. Well, actually, I didn't change anything on the setup. That was last week's setup. Jamie for being a teammate and not crashing into me this time. It will happen eventually. Everyone else in the race, Wobbly, Tyler, etc., who I raced with, Chris. I'm forgetting someone. One of the Porsches. Sorry. Just for a great race, because I enjoyed that thoroughly despite the heat. So
awesome. In that case, we will see you. I think is it Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte Roval. That'll
Yeah.
be an exciting race.
As I
That
said-
really will be good.
As I
All
said
right,
in the
go-
interview, someone had an accident with some toothpaste. That's all that track is.
All right, go take that shower, matey.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later.
See you.
Well done, Simon.
He's gone. Right, let's start ourselves off with some TCR drivers. Can't press any buttons, apparently. I'm just terrible at this. So, welcome to the booth, and apologies for the delay. We had lots and lots of GT4s. Stephen Walker, how are you doing?
All right, thank you very much. It's all right. It's nice to see everyone getting their first shout.
Yeah. Getting bored of winning yet, or not?
No, never get bored of winning. Who gets bored of winning?
Well, you won last night in the top split. I won last night in the... we'll describe it as the other split, yeah?
The Saskatchewan split there, yeah.
A win's a win.
A win's a win, yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
take it where you can get it, yeah. Tonight, you established yourself a lead and then naffed off even further down the road. I won't apologise for the lack of footage that you got because there was too much battling going on behind you and you decided to check out.
You must have wondered where the hell everybody else was. You were so far ahead. Oh, my God.
So obviously we did the official race last night and Gary was like right behind me for the whole thing and I had to go back to the drawing board, with one of the corners and just change a few things in my setup that made it so it was a lot more consistent. I wasn't expecting to get pole. I had 3 laps and then 2 GT4s spun off and then I hit another one later on and then my youngest boy called me so I was sat in the pits on the phone to him until the end of qualifying. So I got very, very lucky that I'd managed to do a lap. And then, starting on pole, because you can get the jump on them, especially because we did the race, so I kind of knew when the GT4s were going to go, so that helped absolutely loads. Otherwise, without that, I probably would have messed up the start like I did a couple of weeks ago, Watkins Glen. And then I think obviously talking after the race, I was concentrating so much on just trying to warm everything up to get a good pace that I think they were battling behind. It sounds like everyone had a lot more fun, and I was just concentrating on hitting my marks every time, to be fair.
Isn't that horrible? Gee. I feel sorry for you, Stephen, being way out front there.
Yeah.
No, you did a hell of a job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Stephen, don't qualify next week, Stephen. Then you can actually have a race.
Can't risk that. I need the championship points.
But you know you're still going to win, though.
See, that's the kind of driver you like. They want it both ways. You know what I mean? Perfect.
No, great racing tonight. You really did check out. That was a real show for everybody on how to race this car. Next out, you're at Charlotte Roval. You got much experience, Charlotte?
Yeah, we've. That was the second or third race I did last season when I joined the league, and I've obviously raced there in the officials. I like the track. I tend to go quite okay at it. I wouldn't say it's super easy. It's definitely not an inconvenience though. I like that track. It's good. It's flowy. I just anything with walls close, I like.
You'll be all right there then. And other than thanking me for allowing you to win by being in the booth and commentating tonight, anybody else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just teammates for sticking around and racing and doing a good job. Shane got his first podium. He has to finish the race, gets 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Did you press the wrong button?
I did. Sorry, Stephen, I cut you off mid-flow there. So carry on with your thanks. Apologies for that.
No, it's all right. Yeah, just saying Shane, well done on his podium, and then everyone else in the race, and my brother to watching and give me some cheerleading duties. That's great.
All right.
And obviously to you guys, thank you very much.
What's your brother's name?
Tony.
I was going to check that it wasn't Ryan. Good evening, Tony. How you doing? And big shout out to you.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Stephen. See you at Charlotte.
Good job,
see you next
Eddie.
week. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Flushed him at the right time that time. Right, I'm going to interrogate Gary.
Cool.
In fact, I'll lead the last two off, and you guys can chip in when you need to. And so we now have Gary Craig, who finished fourth in that ridiculously close battling that lasted for 3 hours in a 1 hour race. Gary, how you doing?
Oh, I was a little close, wasn't it?
A little bit. All my wishes came true at the last turn on one of the laps. Can't possibly tell you about that because it would show favouritism, which I've not displayed all night. However, you got shuffled right to the literal back almost. You were 7th at one point, and you thrust and stabbed your way back to 4th place. That's no mean achievement in the company that you're racing in.
It was tough, yeah. I got a really good start, got side by side with Sam, and then Carl got a really good drive off that last corner on the first lap, and we went 3 wide. I let Sam have the outside, so I could take the outside, but I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. I was assuming Carl just understeered, got hot and just pushed me out a little bit, and these things happen. But yeah, I didn't lose too much time, didn't hit anything, but it was impossible to pass that draft train. Like drivers that I know on like a 1 pace lap I probably had a few tenths on, but just with that train I just could not move forward. I was pushing as hard as I could to try and make some moves, and it just got to the point where I had to pit early to try something different. So difficult to pass.
That was a good move too, Gary. I said so. That was a smart move to make. I just said, passing 1 car is different, but 5 cars in a row like that, I knew you had to do something different.
It was impossible. I just couldn't make any ground on them. There was such a train. So yeah, it kind of worked out a little bit. Ryan, we were chatting in Discord, and Ryan did the same thing a lap later, and we were running together. I think we got a couple of the guys. We managed to come out right next to Carl, and Carl right behind us. Then we got right with Matt. Unfortunately, managed to make a bit of a wild move on Matt, and Ryan followed me through into Moss, I think, but we finally got him. But yeah, it was so difficult to pass. It ended up coming down to taking the risky moves just to try and make it happen.
Yeah,
that pass in Moss was brilliant. I'll tell you, that was amazing.
Well, it takes 2 to tango, so I think we all try to give as much space as we can to keep it clean.
Sure.
And we saw you sail it round the outside at the beginning of the S's on one of the laps, which was an amazing move. And then defending your line into White's corner on the, pull into the middle of the track to stop any kind of undercut or going around the outside. Very impressive racing tonight. And you must be
glad you remember it, because there's been so much that I didn't remember that one.
Yeah. You excited Pete so much you went into his soprano voice. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't, Bill. And there's no recording to prove it. So, and you must be thanking me tonight, because otherwise you'd be finishing 5th. Clearly,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
To be fair, thanking Ryan, because we worked together, and me and Ryan were letting each other go on the straights when we had drives, but we worked together a lot. And Ryan could have quite easily sent it a couple of times in those last few laps, but he didn't. He kind of followed through home when he definitely had runs he could have taken. So yeah, fair play to Ryan. He had a really good race, really good pace this week for Ryan, seeing as it's just his 2nd week in this car.
Yeah, and he was quick last night. He followed you home in the official race last night, didn't he?
He did, and he could have done the same there. So yeah, he's been very level-headed.
yeah, definitely. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go? Because that was an amazing race. Oh, I should ask you, Charlotte, we're back there again next time.
Yeah, I think I did okay there last season. I can't remember. I remember thinking it was actually reasonably fun to drive. I know some people don't like it, but I thought it's another quite challenging track, so I quite enjoyed it. Should be good.
Yeah. So back to the shout-outs. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go? Your fan club doesn't seem to join us on the chat anymore.
I know one of them often watches. Sometimes he watches after the fact, or sometimes he watches and doesn't chat. So if anyone is watching, say hello to him, and maybe my brother if he's watching. But yeah, big shout out to all the guys who race, because that was a lot of good fun tonight. A lot of very close racing, and the only 1X I got the entire night was that going on the grass at the very start. So it was a good fun race.
Awesome stuff. In that case, great racing tonight, and we'll see you. I'll see you probably tomorrow. But we'll all see you at Charlotte.
See you on the dirt, little Gary.
Yeah.
Cheers, thanks, Stacey.
Nice job,
guys.
Gary.
Thanks, Bill. Catch you later.
Cool. And then our last interview of the evening is Mr. Brian Stalker. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. What a race. I mean, you were part of a minimum 5-car battle for pretty much the entire race. You spent all day with Gary, either in front of him or behind him. It was a ridiculously exciting race. If you've not watched the broadcast already in the 6 hours that we've been interviewing people, then you've probably missed out, and you probably need to. What about standout moments for yourself?
Yeah, that battle in that paddock, like you mentioned, and the battle with Gary and Carl and Matt, I think it was towards the end. I really enjoyed that. I think I liked my move on Matt towards the end in Moss Corner. It was a bit forceful, but
that was a great move. Are you kidding?
If there was a gap there, you've got to go for it, as I said to Gary.
Right. Well, no, you didn't do anything wrong there. I mean, Gary made the hole. You followed him through. That was excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Gary go up the inside, and the gap was there. And on the other hand, as I said to Gary, it was sort of not planned either, because the gap was there, and I kind of carried a little bit too much speed, but instead of risking hitting Matt, I just threw it up the inside and hoped for the best, and paid off in the end.
Hey, listen, when you go by them like that, you know what's happening. 8 wheels corner better than 4. Just remember that.
That's a good one, Bill. I'll have to remember that. That's class. Charlotte's our next destination. The scenery kills you there. When was the last time you drove Charlotte?
As I said to Gary, the last time I raced there was probably back in an MX5 league, which is probably going back about 3 seasons ago when the track was first released. So, but yeah, I like the track. I've always enjoyed racing there. It's just the curbs or the sausage curbs and the chicanes that you've got to watch out for. But I find that a good track, and I think next week it should be good fun. Yeah,
hopefully. And obviously, like I said to Gary, you need to thank me, because otherwise you'd have finished 6th. But anybody else you'd like to thank?
Just the likes of Gary and the team in general for helping me get up to speed with the TCR car, considering that I'm still getting to grips with it, and I think tonight was probably the most comfortable that I felt with it. But yeah, just the whole team, and also you guys and gals for putting on the broadcast.
Cool, thank you very much.
Let me just say one thing real quick, Pete. Ryan, it's good to see you back out there, and I'll tell you, you've really gotten into this TCR like a duck to water. Let me tell you, you're doing a great job, mate.
Thank you, sir. It's I'm having good fun again, and it was a bit of a break I took just I just needed a break, but since I've came back, I'm enjoying it again, and yeah, I'm loving this TCR. And if you're thinking about giving it a try, then I recommend it.
Yeah, good man. Okay.
Well said. You were rapid last night. You were rapid tonight. Charlotte, hopefully you'll be really slow, because I hope to be racing that one. Thank you very much, Ryan Walker.
Thank you, sir.
So that was an incredible race. That was so exciting. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm not hot at all, because I've got aircon, as I keep reminding people in the UK, just because I know that they're sweating their testes away. It is proper Betty Swallocks everywhere else, apart from in my man cave right now. Bill, any last minute reviews of that race?
God, no. What can you say? I think we've covered everything. It was brilliant. It was wonderful. 20 cars did a hell of a show. What else can I say? It had a great track, and looking forward to next week.
Yeah, definitely. And Stacey, you've been in the presence of the best BSTV lead commentator tonight. How do I stack up against Clyde?
I can't say anything because I need to be back next week. But as I said to you before, it's awesome to have you in the booth. I love it.
Brilliant. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah. Pete's a great announcer. I've always said that. He's really good. The one thing is, though, he can drive a little bit. See, us that can't drive, we announce, but we can't say that about Pete. He can drive, so what can I say?
It's a bit of an exaggeration. Sam, Sam, that must have been a fairly busy night for you, because we were all over the track with that.
It feels like I say that every time. Don't you think?
Yeah, you do.
This season of this league especially is pretty busy, yes. There's battle in GT4s and in TCRs, and there's awesome battles. So it's just super fun to watch. Love it.
Yeah, it sure is.
It is ridiculously exciting. How's your arm, by the way, for the viewers? They keep asking me, like thousands of people asking me.
I'm sure. Yeah, I have messages from thousands of people every day. I know that. I know it feels to be, It's better. Not 100% far away from that, but it's better.
Fair enough.
At least it's moving in the right direction.
I hope so. It's moving.
So-
It's the main thing, yes.
So for those of you still clinging on to our broadcast because you really can't cope with the fact that it will end, I should inform you that on Sunday we will be at Le Mans, which was my best French pronunciation. How good was that, Sam? On
Was pretty good. That's
pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's for the 90-minute GTCC race at the 24-hour track there. Don't miss that one. And then next Wednesday, as I've mentioned on a number of occasions, is round 7 of this league, which is at Charlotte. We go there fairly regularly with these cars. It always proves to be brilliant. I will be racing, so other people won't finish as high up as they did tonight in the TCRs. Maybe even in the GT4s, because I am that good. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us. Why are you laughing, Bill? Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Facebook if you can cope with all the nonsense that you get in terms of messages from all the people who think they're brilliant on there. And we will see you next time out. I will say goodnight. I will let the others say goodnight.
No, you won't,
What?
Pete.
What?
No, you won't, Pete.
Why?
This is why you're not lead commentator, sadly.
Drive with
Even though you
Clayton.
do a better job than Clyde, you
Oh,
forgot one thing.
No.
One thing to be better than him.
Just a minute. I didn't think we were doing that because I'm not racing. So how can you vote for driver of the night if I'm not in there?
Well, I was about to say that I was going to vote for you because you did not crash today.
It was
I. Right. Okay. Have you got it on the screen or not?
No, I don't have that.
You don't have that. You used to have that.
Yeah, but SDK changed something, and since a few weeks now, I've not been able to code anything, so I don't.
You know what they say about a bad workman blames his tools.
Yeah, that's.
True. I blame Clyde.
Yeah, that's Clyde.
Yeah, he's a tool. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to be absolutely, utterly shameless, and I'm going to vote for Gary because he got nerfed off at the first corner. My words, and then fought his way back to 4th. And I think that's worthy of a commendation and driver of the night. So, Stacey.
Oh, you ruined it now. You shouldn't have said that.
Why is that?
I've got to choose.
You're not allowed to vote for Loverboy.
No, I was going to vote for him. I was going to vote for Gary, but you've already voted for him, and I was going to do my little
vote for him
chant
again.
for him.
More
I had
votes
my
for
little
Gary.
I had my little song ready for him as well. It's brilliant.
So who are you voting for?
Oh, it's Gary, definitely Gary. It was a cross between Matt Elmore, Ryan Walker, and Gary, but I'm giving it to Gary.
Awesome stuff. Right, Sam. You get to vote. You do, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Right, okay.
This is a tough one because Jamie finished second, and I think it's his best finish in this league, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Simon Trendle did just a bang-up job to get to Wobbly.
You were totally going to swear.
He should have won. He should have won that one if Wobbly did things correctly. You know, I think he's going to be fired from BSTV Sports, but
clearly,
don't tell him.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for Simon Trendle.
Yeah, good vote. Nice one. And finally, Bill.
Jamie Wilson.
Jamie, right? 2 votes for Gary, 2 votes for Jamie. That says everything you need to know.
No, I voted for Simon, not Jamie.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Sorry, I'm very tired.
It was just like 30 seconds ago.
But Pete,
remember,
Pete, you're not hot though, are you?
No, I'm so chilled out because of my aircon unit and it being so cool here in my man cave compared to the rest of the UK that it's affected my brain.
Sam wrote down the results on our Discord, so you can figure it out, Pete.
All right, wicked. Do I have to go through it?
No.
I think you already did it. That's okay. Now you can wrap up the broadcast for real. I don't think
Thank
people
you.
are even watching now. Even
Are
though
they
that's
not?
probably the funniest part of the
There's still-
broadcast, but
Right. So it still says 12 people. There's 4 of us in here, so that means there's 8 people who need live. I mean, that are following us right now.
yeah, I'm not watching it, so then I
Oh, you're
don't-
not?
No,
Oh, that's
never.
even more. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel I'm getting a bit stage
You
fright
feel
now.
famous now, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you probably got a boner now. But anyway.
Let's not go too far. So, yeah, good night from me, and I'll pass you over to Stacey.
Okay. Have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next week.
And good night, everybody. See you on Sunday.